All right, IGN first.
The biggest surprise I had coming out of my few hours of playing Halo Infinite's campaign wasn't the delightful exploration nor the incredibly fun gunplay.
God, that battle rifle.
It came down to the characters. Halo Infinite sees the legendary Master Chief once again tasked with saving the universe from yet another threat. And after 5 major campaigns, the Chief seems tired. He's a man of few words, but his movements and responses are heavier than I've seen before. This is Chief without Cortana. His subtle yet distinct change is far from a bad thing, though. If anything, Master Chief's forlorn demeanor that he sets aside to get the job done is a great indication to me that Halo Infinite's story is intended to be a more impactful adventure.
Yeah, with no Cortana, he's kind of just winging it.
It's been 6 months. Where have you been?
What happened?
The weapon.
Where is Cortana?
Chief's stern determination is also wonderfully contrasted to his new AI companion's bubbly enthusiasm and his pilot rescuer's anxiety and weariness. Given developer 343 Industries' failure to give Locke the faintest hint of a personality or motive in Halo 5, and the game's generally lackluster story, this was a relief.
Wow. They just talked heavy shit on Locke and all of Halo 5, and I appreciate them for doing so. And Chief is getting old, man.
Not then. Not again. We need to run.
I need a weapon.
I need a weapon.
It's enough.
Halo Infinite's contrasting characters aren't the only things to look forward to, though. Rewarding exploration infused with Halo's DNA and genuinely challenging combat could be relieved in today's open-world game extravaganza, where many worlds are packed to the brim with chores
open
and
world!
only a few offer meaningful adventures beyond their main path.
The tower.
If things continue the way I played in my 4-hour hands-on time.
She got 4 hours hands-on.
Only a few offer meaningful adventures beyond their main path.
There's one skull to be found at the tower. There's one piece of data, 2 of the arrow things, 1 of the other. Okay. All right.
If things continue the way I played in my 4-hour hands-on time, I think Halo Infinite could fall into the latter. That's not to say there aren't some essential elements of Halo Infinite I'm curious to see if 343 can pull off, like Chief's storyline with Cortana.
Okay, where's this from? Because this is Dr. Halsey with both arms holding a purple Cortana.
For now, what I played in my preview session has left me even more eager for Halo Infinite's December 8th launch.
In Echo 216, can you hear me?
Both old and new.
This is UNS.
Time and time again, Master Chief has woken up to fight a new enemy. Halo Infinite largely sees that pulled back by instead focusing on familiar fodder with the Banished from Halo Wars 2.
Give me my boy Craig!
They eagerly step up as Chief's main adversaries after handily defeating the UNSC around Zeta Halo, including Master Chief. Their goal for Zeta Halo is unknown, but if it involves a Halo ring, there's nothing good that
Let
can
me
come
sleep,
of it.
damn it. Facts.
After the UNSC's loss, Master Chief's main objective becomes freeing the captured ally.
I hope we get to lose. Like, if they keep saying that the UNSC lost, I wish they even wouldn't have said that. I wish the game would have opened on a mission and shows us losing instead. And you kind of like have to piece together who the Banished are, this, that, and the other. If the game starts with Chief getting rescued by the pilot, I don't know how I feel about it. I want to see them lose. If they lost, if the UNSC lost and the Spartans lost, like, where's the rest of Blue Team? Where is Spartan Locke's team? That shit I need to know.
Forces on Zeta Halo and thwarting whatever the Banished are planning.
I am Escharum, War Chief of the Banished. This is my world now.
This is my world
Cortana was presented as a mystery rather than as a primary antagonist in what I played. What happened to her after Halo 5 and whether or not she's been truly destroyed is unknown.
Nah, she hasn't been destroyed.
This conflict seemingly takes a backseat to the larger fight with the Banished, though it is intertwined somehow. Without getting into spoilers, I will say the few moments that dug into Chief and Cortana's relationship were an emotional gut punch.
What is this? Oh my god, bro, it's the purple Cortana. Feet pics, OnlyFans, $80 a month. Oh my god, get your money, boo.
Getting into spoilers, I will say the few moments that during the Chief and Cortana's relationship were an emotional gut punch.
Oh,
Halo Infinite is looking to deliver a meaningful story for legacy Halo fans, and I really needed to fulfill that promise after Halo 5's story missteps.
She's not the driver, but a way to level the playing field.
my fucking soul. Oh, Cortana.
What do I call her?
Ask her. She named herself. Hello, Master Chief. I'm Cortana.
This all being said, I'm not optimistic that Halo Infinite is going to be a great starting point for new people to the franchise.
Holy shit.
As the best moments I saw in the first few hours rely on prior knowledge of the series. I don't like the idea of people being left behind, but I selfishly prefer that this game is made for returning Halo fans rather than tuning the story to accommodate new players.
It's a sequel. If you kind of explain what's happened in every game leading up to it, that you're rehashing the same shit over and over. Kind of like Star Wars. You're kind of just remaking the same movies over and over, which I love, but still, just Pete. There's the Master Chief Collection is literally fucking free on Game Pass. Play the games.
Familiar with the story or not, though, Halo Infinite sure is fun to play and explore.
I think I'm with you. I didn't even know what a banished was an hour ago, and even I can see the odds aren't great.
I'm going to love the weapon. She's so sweet.
Playing
You said
Halo
learn
Infinite
you
is a
something.
mix of familiar and new. One moment you're navigating encounters and ship corridors, then the next you're driving several Marines around the open fields of
Look
Zeta
at that
Halo.
scorpion.
As 343 has clearly stated, Halo Infinite isn't quite a true open world game despite
Look at that
it
aim.
featuring massive sandboxes.
Oh my
Zeta
god.
Halo is broken up into island chunks. Land masses can be connected by bridges, and Chief can eventually call in things like a wasp to fly around anywhere after
That's
they're unlocked.
actually
So
fucking
eventually
sick.
we may get to freely explore unlocked areas, but our range will be limited and more focused at first.
That makes
Zeta
perfect
Halo
sense.
is littered with UNSC camps called Forward
Yeah, come-
Operating Bases that were claimed by the Banished after the UNSC lost the big fight. Clearing a base and reclaiming it replaces the Banished with Marines. Even better,
Okay,
clear
audio
bases
logs.
convert to instant fast travel points and earn you Valor. Worry not. Valor isn't some sort of spendable currency. It's instead a point-based tracker of how much ground the UNSC has on Zeta Halo.
Okay.
The more value
Okay. What is this? TAC map upgrades, FOBs, the targets.
you
Database,
have, the
right,
better
right,
backup
right.
and gear you can call in. As far as I could tell, earning Valor and reclaiming the Broken Ring is entirely optional. So what else can you do when you're not hunting down the next clue to the Banished plan? People don't just get to give the Master Chief a fetch quest. The only one who really gives Master Chief any sort of command is a new AI codenamed the Weapon.
The weapon.
She's meant to destroy Cortana and is in turn supposed to be destroyed when her operation is complete.
Yeah, see that right there. She is hired. She was created to help destroy Cortana. And she thinks that she did, but her whole thing was she is destroyed when Cortana's destroyed, but she's still alive.
Though Cortana is seemingly gone, the Weapon remains and is happy to assist Master Chief until she reaches her eventual demise. Much like Cortana, the Weapon will call out enemy attacks, notable objectives, banished facilities that need destroying, and Marines in need of rescuing. I was more likely to come across a random patrol of enemies than an actual objective, but I didn't feel like I had to go too far to find something fun to do. I enjoyed the quiet
Damn,
moments
Captain.
though. Following Zeta Halo's native
Look at
space
that!
groundhogs or just enjoying the view was a pleasant
They're so
reprieve
cute.
from the action. When I was ready to get back to it though, I could also hunt down and eliminate special targets to collect a unique version of their signature weapon.
Hopefully they
that's
use the grapple
equipable
hook
at
for you to
boss.
see body.
And of course, there are plenty of collectibles. A new scanner tool does make them a bit easier to find,
I
if
do
you have
like-
an idea of where to look.
I do like the
scanner's
scanner.
range is rather limited though, so it's not a free pass to finding secrets. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention the Grunt and Marine dialogue. They're hilarious. The Grunts are as silly and oddly aggressive as ever, and have a surprising number of lines.
Humans would never fight grunts like us. He's here!
Hey, he's
While the
here.
Marines are far more confident and excited about joining the Chief in battle.
I haven't seen this
Their
clip before.
commentary made exploring all the more enjoyable.
Just in the nick of time, Chief.
I do like that. More dialogue. Tools of the trade. Show the grapple. It's the best
Just
thing.
because Zeta Halo is a larger, more open sandbox doesn't mean 343 suddenly has us doing puzzles or tasks unbecoming of a genetically augmented super soldier like Master Chief. Fighting enemies and destroying their stuff is always at the center of Halo
Oh,
Infinite's
it's so
gameplay.
sick. The fact
And
you
whether I
can
was
pull shit
taking
in
on
with
a
it.
roaming pack of Banished or infiltrating a fortress for a story mission, the more open nature only served to give me more options for
There you go. Line
combat.
up your shot. You're doing great. There you go. Oh, there's one.
If you've had a chance to check out either of the multiplayer test
the new
flights,
Mombasa.
Halo Infinite's excellence in weaponry should come as no
Warthog
surprise.
customization?
The campaign introduced me
I mean, there is skins. There's
to
skins
other
for it.
interesting weapons we've yet to see in multiplayer, like the Disruptor, a small shock pistol that doesn't do too much immediate damage, but deals up pain over time. The equipment
The grapple shot, the shield core, all the other things we've seen.
we've seen in multiplayer
So she didn't get access to all of
unsurprisingly
it.
takes on a more powerful form in the campaign. Each of the 5 equipment options, grapple
Yep.
shot, shield core, threat sensor, drop wall, and thruster, can be upgraded with a collectible called Spartan cores. Like most of the open world elements,
Hell yes.
finding the Spartan cores and upgrading equipment is optional. Master Chief won't start the adventure with all equipment either.
I know
You'll
shit.
find
That
new
makes sense.
tools to play with at specific story beats. Lacking a piece of equipment doesn't necessarily mean you're blocked off from certain areas from what I saw, but getting to or taking on difficult encounters might be more manageable should you have more equipment.
That's any open world game, yeah. A challenge fit for a Spartan.
Most of the big story beats happen in large foreboding structures that could be viewed as something akin to dungeons. These offer a more classic Halo experience.
Dungeons!
Grunts, jackals, brutes, and elites made up the bulk of the opponents I faced. Their role, weapon, and armor variety didn't feel lacking in combat. I came across one set of brutes that were so geared up they nearly qualified as an any boss fight.
Bro,
the
my man.
hunters make a return too, and are fun to fight as always.
That full sprint, he didn't give a
This being
shit.
another ring, the Flood was alluded to, though I never saw them. The Prometheans weren't present either. 343's vision of recapturing the essence of combat evolved in Halo
come-
Infinite means there's not really room for them, and honestly, I had plenty of fun without them. I didn't see any drones either,
I don't
so
agree
I'm
with
hoping
that.
the new flying enemies equipped with hardlight weapons, the Skimmers, will be their replacement. The real combat stars, though, are the boss fights. The first
All
one
right,
with the
boss
brute
fights.
lieutenant named Tremonius absolutely kicked my ass at first on heroic difficulty. A moment without movement rewarded Tremonius as he entered the encounter guns blazing and took me out twice in a row. I had been handling heroic without any issues up until that point, so I was stunned to see how Tremonius' aggression and support from 2 jackals paid off. I quickly got to work on a strategy and happily took on the challenge.
I do like that actually, because Halo kind of suffers with boss fights. It's one of the things. Halo's boss fights have always kind of felt a little lackluster, where everything else has been great. And kind of going that Destiny route, nod to the old Halo creator, Bungie, that looked like a Destiny boss fight, and that's not a problem. That's a great thing.
I have thus far only explored a fraction of Halo Infinite, though the map isn't as large as something you'd find in an Assassin's Creed. Far from it, I'd say. What it does hold
You just
seems
compare
to offer something
Halo to
more
Assassin's Creed?
curated with excellent combat at its heart. The
Cade!
story part is
That
what I'm
brother
most
did.
curious about now. 343 needs to stick the landing in the plot department, especially with regard to giving us a satisfying resolution to the Chief and Cortana's relationship. If they can finally deliver that well-rounded
Listen.
classic Halo experience, then they'll have successfully and definitively made Halo their own.
Hey.
For more on Halo Infinite, check out our exclusive reveal of the new Streets multiplayer map.
Yeah. All right, listen. She's talking about a final holding point or a resolution, a wrap up in the relationship between Master Chief and Cortana. A resolution, the final. You get what the fuck I'm trying to say. Is this not clicking for anybody else? The fact that the weapon is still alive, right? She's supposed to be destroyed after Cortana's destroyed. But yet she's still alive. She thinks she destroyed Cortana. At the end of Halo 5, Cortana has a Halo ring and she kind of made herself almost sentient. Does nobody realize that Cortana is going to be the main boss of this fucking game? Am I the only person making that connection that Cortana is going to be the big bad? It's not the new Banished. It's not the new Spartan Hunter. It's Cortana. I mean, I've been saying this since Halo 5 ended, that the next game, the main boss had to be Cortana. That's the only thing that makes any sense. Yeah, the Banished are there. They gave the UNSCNL. Cool. Yeah, the new Spartan hunter's there. He's going to give us some troubles. Cool. But fucking Cortana! Literally, Cortana is the second main character in this game behind Master Chief. Literally. She is the backpack, the bread, the glue that keeps Master Chief in line. They had too many big scenes in Halo 4 and Halo 5, her leaving, her reemergence, her taking over and doing all this stuff. She has control of a Halo ring. Anyways, I digress. Too much stock in the Banished, bro. Yeah, they're trying to mislead players. Well, they misled us all throughout Halo 5, so makes sense.